Holy smokes, a weekend video. Let's talk some playoff basketball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and that's right, we're here on a Saturday in the NBA. How about that? We got a bunch of game ones to talk about in these series, and I didn't want to miss it. I want to be a part of it. So we broke even yesterday thanks to a legendary cash by Davion Mitchell. We'll go over the quick recap in just a little bit. Quick reminder, we don't usually do weekend videos. There will be no MLB video for Saturday, but the best bets will be posted in 3 spots. On the post tab of our YouTube profile page, on Discord, completely free, and on X. So just want to make sure I let you guys know. And same for Sunday. If we have time, it's Easter, a little busy, family plans and stuff, but that's where the MLB bets will be. So as you guys know, any graphics you see in this video are from OUTLIER. It's the best betting research tool on the market today. You got to click that link below. You get a 7-day free trial and just try it out. So let's get into it. It's Saturday dad joke time. Here we go. What did the drummer call his twin daughters? Anna 1, Anna 2. Wife sent me that. If you don't like it, blame her. In this video, we're going to recap yesterday, and then we're going to go over 3 NBA futures that I want to talk about, just to kind of give you ones for the series and then ones for conference and championship. Just kind of want to talk about the futures a little bit, and then we'll give our 4 best bets. That's right, we got 4 today, and then finish it with the recap. So hit that like button if you haven't already. Leave a comment below. Help this channel continue to grow. If you're new to the channel, come join this awesome community. Hit that subscribe button. We are on our way to 40,000 subscribers. So let's get right into it. And that means it's recap time. All right, there it is. The 1 and 2 days. We hit our only 1 unit play of the day, and it was legendary. Davion Mitchell over 16.5 PAs. I'm going to be honest, it wasn't good. In regulation, it wasn't pretty. It was 2 for 9. We needed overtime, and luckily we got overtime, and he clutched up. Not only that, he outscored the Hawks on his own, 9 to 8 points, I believe. He hit 3 threes. Just gotta love it. He just clutched up for us. Kyle Anderson over 2.5 assists. I think he played like 9 minutes in the first half, and he got 2 dimes. Well on our way. I expected closer to 20 minutes. He played 2 minutes in the second half. Coach just didn't want to put him in for whatever it was. Obviously, their season on the line, and maybe they just played starters every second. But either way, it was looking good, but did not get the win there. Mavericks, from the get-go, just were not ready to play. It was Anthony Davis and Brandon Williams, and then a bunch of guys that just could not help them out at all. PJ Washington was awful, and it was just atrocious. So either way, break-even day. Sorry, we lost 0.04 units, actually. Playoff record, 5-4. Now up 0.79 units, and of course on the season we up 29 units. So that's what we got for the recap on Friday. Now let's talk some futures. All right, here we go. I got 3 futures for you. The first one is just for a first round. It's going to be the Pistons plus 1.5 games versus the Knicks. That means they don't have to win the series. If they take it to Game 7, this also cashes. But I like the value here. It's plus 142 on FanDuel. I have no idea why I'm betting on this team because they have let me down multiple times this year. I know the Knicks have more veterans and all that, but I don't think there's some elite team or anything like that. They haven't played that great down the stretch. Pistons won 3 of 4 games versus the Knicks this year. When I've watched them play, I think there's like 2 different games I watched them play. They match up pretty well, and they won by 9, 5, and 9 points. Obviously, the playoffs are a different story. The only loss was like the 2nd or 3rd game of the season, like beginning of November. So Jalen Brunson did play in all 4 games. Cat played in 3 of the 4. Pistons are a team that usually rely on their defense. It slipped a little down the stretch, but I still think they're going to bring it this one time. And obviously the Knicks are not a great defensive team. It's going to come down. You got to contain Jalen Brunson and Cat. But this is a young, hungry team led by Cade Cunningham, who's ready to make his mark in the playoffs with some good role players around him. Obviously no Ivy, which is unfortunate. But Pistons coach J.B. Bickerstaff, experience, he will have them ready to go. Kind of a fade of the Knicks, a little bit of the backing of Detroit. The key here is also Jalen Duren. Can he just stay out of foul trouble? Can he play well in this game or in this series? Again, if it goes 7, we cash. This could be a very dumb bet, and they get swept. Who knows? But I think they got a chance here. Again, like I said, they've won 3 or 4 games. So Pistons was plus 1.5 games is my first bet. Second one, Clippers to win the Western Conference, plus 1,200 on FanDuel. This team is on absolute fire right now. I don't know if you guys remember a guy named Kawhi Leonard. He carried a Toronto Raptors team that was worse than this to a championship. Again, got a little lucky, injuries along the way. Still, they won a title. And, well, guess what? He's playing pretty dang good basketball. But this time he has Harden, Zubac playing the best ball of his career, Norman Powell on the wing. In the last 15 games, the Clippers are tied for the best record, 13-2, with Boston and OKC. They have the #1 net rating in the NBA. That's right. They are playing as well as these elite teams. Only them and the Thunder are top 3 in both offensive and defensive ratings. So playing good on both sides of the ball. Like I said, Zubac playing the best ball of his career. When Norman Powell gets hot, he can take over a game. Harden really running this offense very well. Lots of veterans, lots of experience here. I really like what I've seen from them, to be honest with you. So it's not all Kawhi, but Kawhi, when he plays well, we know he's a top 5 player in the NBA on offense and defense overall. Yes, the Thunder are awesome. It's not going to be easy, but they're still young, unproven. We're getting a veteran, experienced team that's playing just lights out right now. Hopefully, they can carry that into the playoffs. And again, we're getting an insane plus 1,200. This is not me just picking 50-50. 1,200 on a team that's playing as well as anybody. So I like the Clippers to win the West as a future. Second, or the final one, Cavaliers to win the NBA title. I'm going to stay on this train. I just have to now at this point. Plus 700 on DraftKings. I know I was on them early on, if you don't remember. So why get off now, to be honest with you? They're the second best overall record in the NBA, the best record in the East. The Celtics are no doubt incredible. I'm not going to sit here and say they're terrible, but winning 2 titles in a row is never easy. They've also dealt with injuries. Kristaps Porzingis has been in and out with sicknesses. Jaylen Brown is still questionable even for Game 1. Cavs played them 4 times. They split this series. So I'm really not worried about the rest of the East. It's going to come down to these 2 teams. The Knicks, Pacers, Bucks, none of those teams scare me when it comes to the Cavs. So the fact that you're only getting a 2-team race and you're getting plus 700 to me is pretty good value there. So after that, obviously you got to get it through the finals, whether it's OKC or those Clippers we just talked about or anyone from the West. It's not going to be easy, but 7-1 odds, I will take it. So give me the Cavs to win the NBA championship. And I may have futures as we go along as well. But those are my 3 futures right now. Leave a comment below. Let me know what your favorite futures are for this NBA playoffs. Maybe you just want to take the Celtics as a favorite. You could do that too. But anyways, it's just fun to talk futures and NBA title and all that. But it is now time for the best bets. All right, this first one takes us out to Denver, Colorado, where the Nuggets host the LA Clippers. Nuggets minus 2.5. Total in this one is 223.5. These teams split the 4-game series. Kawhi didn't play any of them. Just so, again, it doesn't really matter to me that much with different rosters and everyone playing. But most recent game was January. And other than that, you guys know how I feel about the Clippers right now. It doesn't mean I'm taking them every single game on the spread or anything like that. I do lean Clippers, but game 1, you never know. Teams are going to feel each other out and all that. But I'm going to get right into it because I got 2 best bets in this one. The first one, Kawhi Leonard. That's right, the man. Over 30.5 points plus rebounds. I got this at minus 128 on FanDuel. It's a little juicy. This is a 1-unit play, though. I really like this one. He's been an absolute monster lately. It's the reason why the Clippers are a serious threat, like we just talked about. He started the season off with limited minutes, but that is no longer the case. Obviously, we're at the end of the year. Last 10 games, averaging 36.2 minutes per game. He just played 47 minutes against the Warriors. This guy will play every minute if they have to win. As you can see by this outlier screenshot, he is over in 8 of 10 games, averaging 33.6 PRs per game, averaging 10.3 rebound chances per game, or in the last 10 per game as well. And now, when he's had games where he's played 37 or more minutes this season, he's over this in 9 of 14, 64%, averaging a little over 32 PRs per game. And if you want to know just last season, this is how consistent he is. He's over in 63% of games last season with 37-plus minutes. So he's always proven, obviously, more minutes. He can have big games. Harden should be able to find him for some easy spot-up looks. I think Denver's not a great team when it comes to spot-up shooters, as we talked about all season long. Kawhi shows up in the playoffs. Again, I expect close to 40 minutes. This guy has been absolutely crushing it lately. I'm going to ride the hot hand. Give me Kawhi over 30.5 points plus rebounds as my first best bet in this one. And now the second one. This can be a half-unit play. You're not going to like the first 3 words. Nikola Jokic under 9.5 assists, minus 130 on DraftKings. Also on ESPN Bet and Bet365 at minus 130. Fading the best player on the planet's never fun, but again, it's just assists here. So he can dominate scoring for all I care. But Joker and Jokic together this season under this line in only 30 of 70 games. Obviously not a great hit rate, under in 5 of 10 to end the season. But he averaged just over 10 assists per game this season. But he did get 10 or less assists in 63% of games. So it's not like he's blowing this out of the water when he does, but that just means he ended on 10 a lot. But it's all about the matchup here for this one. In the 3 games versus the Clippers, he had 4, 11, and 2 assists. That's right, under easily in 2 of the 3 games. Clippers were a top 10 defense overall in allowing assists. Zubac has played Joker very well, whatever I want to call him. He's been very physical with him. In fact, Joker's really struggled against Zubac in his career when it comes to assists, not points, talking about assists. Clippers as a team have done a great job. They limit spot ups, cuts, etc. Like they play really good off ball defense. They don't allow open guys, and I think they're going to just make Joker score on them and take everyone else away. To be honest with you, I do like his under assists more, but I also did like his over points as a good option as well. Ultimately, obviously, we went the under assist, but Joker in the playoffs tends to be a little bit more aggressive when it comes to scoring. Last 3 seasons, averaged 5.7 assists 3 years ago, 9.5 2 years ago, and 8.5 in the playoffs last season. So you see his numbers go down a little bit as he starts to take over and try to score more for his team. With this being a tough matchup, I really don't think he can get to 10. Again, he's had games of less than 5 twice already against this Clippers team. So I wouldn't be surprised if this line drops to 8.5 before tip off, to be honest. So give me the Joker under 9.5 assists as my second best bet. All right, this next one takes us out to Indiana where the Pacers host the Milwaukee Bucks. Pacers minus 5.5. Total in this one is 224. Just a real quick preview. They played 4 times this year, and the Bucks actually won 3 of those 4. They split the most recent 2 games in March. The total average score in those 4 games was 238. All 4 games went over this 224 total. Why is the line here? Is it a trap? Whatever it is, it's the playoffs. So obviously less foul calls and things like that. And they play a more intense defense. Game slows down a little bit, but just wanted to point that out. Obviously, no Damian Lillard still in this game. I lean Pacers minus 5.5, but I don't think I'm going to bet this one, at least not on the spread. I do have a best bet. It's the Greek Freak. Give me Giannis over 7.5 times. I got this at plus 102 on FanDuel. This is also a 1-unit play. He's been an absolute monster lately, especially in the passing department. In the last 6 games without Lillard, he is over this line in 5 of 6. And not just that. In those 5 overs, how about 10 plus times in all of them? A sprinkle and a triple-double is something I recommend probably in this case. The only under, it was a blowout where he only played 25 minutes. So to be honest with you, he was just flying over this in any game. He was playing good minutes. In games without Lillard this year, where he's played 35 or more minutes, as you can see by this outlier screenshot, he is over in 5 of 7 games, averaging an insane 11.14 assists per game. And we have a 7.5 line at around even money. Gotta love that. He's also averaging 17 potential assists per game in that situation. That's a pretty huge number when you only need 8 for plus money. In the last 5 games of the season, he's averaging the 11th most passes per game in the NFL. I almost said NFL again. It's late. 11th most passes in the NBA in those last 5 games at 60. I mean, this guy is a point guard. It's just face it for what it is, point forward, whatever you want to call it, averaging the 7th most potential assists per game. I just love him here. I think he's got a good matchup as well. We haven't seen Giannis play Indiana without Dame, so we don't have much there. But even with Dame in the 4 games this season, how about 11, 5, 7, and 7? So in 3 of the 4, he had 7 plus assists. On 16, 13, 8, and 10 potential assists. So averaging around 12 potential assists per game. Again, that was with Dame. We've seen what his numbers do and potentials do go up, 4, 5, or 6 more without Dame. So I love this one. If you watch the Pacers play, they usually try to take Giannis away and make other people beat him. And why wouldn't you, especially with the roster around him? It's not that great. You don't want Giannis to go off for 60 and then lose the game. But obviously not easy to do, but with Dame out and just the usage that he has and how much he has the ball in his hands, which is going to be like every single possession, he's going to play a ton of minutes here. Giannis is actually over this line in 6 of 9 games with 38 plus minutes. As long as it's competitive, I expect close to 40 minutes. Give me Giannis, the Greek Freak, over 7.5 assists as my third best bet. All right, this next one takes us out to LA where the Lakers host the Minnesota Timberwolves. Lakers minus 4. Total in this one is 216. Quick preview. These teams played 4 games and they split the season series. Seems like everyone's split a 4-game series. Luka only played in one of those games. So again, I don't really take those for much at all because the rosters have changed a lot and all this. I almost added this as a feature, and I'm just going to mention it here. I like the T-Wolves to win the series. I'm probably absolutely crazy. I just think they're the better team right now. Luka, LeBron, Austin Reeves, excellent, obviously. After that, I don't like it. T-Wolves are deeper. They've been playing really good defense, especially the second half of the season. Maybe Luka and LeBron and Reeves can carry them over the hump. But at plus 160, just want to point out, I do like it. I have not made the bet yet, but it's kind of telling even in game 1. We're in LA. It's a 4-point spread, but we're getting plus 160 for them to win the series. So anyways, that's just my rant on that. My best bet in this game, Mr. Rudy Gobert, over 22.5 points plus rebounds, minus 110 on DraftKings. I'm going to go a half unit here. Trusting Gobert can be tough, but we did just easily cash him in his last game of the season. And when we did that, we talked about how dominant he has been lately in the last 10 games, as you can see by this outlier screenshot, over an 8 of 10, averaging an insane 33.7 PRs per game. We need 23. 30 plus PRs in all 8 overs. So he has not gone under 30 PRs in 8 of the last 10 games, in the 8 overs in the last 10 games, averaging an insane 25.2 rebound chances per game, 11 field goal attempts, 5 free throw attempts. Also, averaging a huge 36.4 minutes. This is what I like to see. There was times during the year the coach didn't trust Gobert with how he was playing. That is not the case anymore. He's been a big part of the turnaround with this team. He is playing excellent basketball. In games, Gobert has played 35 plus minutes this season. As you can see by this outlier screenshot, he is over in 21 of 29 games, a 72% hit rate. Not just that, he's averaging around 27.5 PRs per game. And then the matchup. I'm glad you asked about the matchup because he is absolutely dominant. He's over this in 6 straight versus LA. In fact, here's the outlier screenshot again. Where he's gone over in 6 straight, averaging 28 PRs per game. This season versus LA, those last two, 27 and 25 PRs in 35 and 38 minutes. Not just that, he had a double-double in both. And honestly, I was going back and forth. Do I want to take the double-double? I think it was around even money. Do I want to take the over PRs? He has got a chance to go crazy in the rebounds department. He could go for, 9 and 15 and we still cash this, but no double-double. I don't mind either. I'm going to be honest with you. But I'm going to take the over PRs. And then LA, if you look at LA, they lack size. Obviously, they rely on guys like LeBron and Luka to rebound the ball. I think Gobert is going to have a good day here on the glass, and I think LA is going to do everything possible to stop Anthony Edwards from scoring. Gobert's one of those guys that could get some easy buckets, in my opinion. So that's what I'm going to take. Give me Gobert over 22.5 points plus rebounds. That is my 4th and final best bet. I know I don't have a bet yet in the Pistons-Knicks game. If I do, it'll be in the pinned comments below. I was looking at maybe an OG under points or something like that, but nothing yet for that one. So that's what I got for the 3 futures bets, the 4 best bets for the big Saturday playoff slate. Before we get out of here, let's check out the recap. All right, there it is. The 4 best bets. Kawhi Leonard over 30.5 points plus rebounds per unit. Nikola Jokic under 9.5 assists for a half unit. And then Giannis, the Greek Freak, over 7.5 dimes per unit. And Rudy Gobert over 22.5 PRs for a half unit. And then there it is, the playoff futures as of right now. Pistons plus 1.5 games in that first round versus the Knicks. Clippers to win the Western Conference. Again, these are not huge 1 to 2 unit plays here at the bottom. Plus 1,200 though for the Clippers there. Cavaliers to win the NBA title at plus 700 on DraftKings. So that's what I got. Again, leave your best bets. Help get some winners. Leave your best futures down below in the comments. Any added plays though will be in the pinned comments below on X and on Discord. I'm excited. It's time for some NBA playoffs, but hope everyone has a great Saturday, and we'll talk to you soon.